All right, good morning, Tony. Let's just get started. The last time we talked, you had just launched the seeking of the new the Armory building. Let's talk about how that's going.
Okay, so we are raising money right now to purchase the Broadhead Armory from the city. Our agreement is up June 30th, so we're requesting a year extension to that agreement. It's going well. We are have been submitted with the state of Michigan in the budget for $10 million. That doesn't mean that we have it. It has to go to a vote, in the budget and all, but we were in there. We're in there. That would be a huge momentum gainer. We did receive $3.5 million from the federal government, thanks to Senator Debbie Stabenow. What an amazing friend of the parade company she is. And so we're getting contributions. We have a couple announcements coming out soon. A lot happening, but we do have to get through some hurdles. We're excited. It's a massive project for the city of Detroit, for the people, the kids, the families, the veterans. We're going to have a veterans office in the building, a huge summer camp. We're going to build the floats there, an event center. It has it all. It checks every box from education to neighborhood to blight. And we're just rocking to get this thing done. We really are.
When would you be in it if everything goes the way you want it to go?
Well, as you can imagine, it's all predicated on the money raise, right?
Sure.
So, look, I mean, if we can raise that money in the next 6 to 9 months, I'm not saying we can, but we're gonna bust our butts to get that done. It'll take about a year and a half to 2 years, probably 2 years to build it. Barton Mallow's going to be building the building. They've
Right.
been incredible. Um, it's a game changer. It's a tourist stop. It has everything to it, but we've got to get through some hurdles. We've got to go back in front of city council, ask for a year extension. Look, the building was empty for 25 years. And here we come, with a great plan, great things. So we're just trying to do something great for the city and great for people. That's what we're
Yeah.
doing.
Um, I you said you're getting some money from the federal government. The administration has been kind of rescinding some grants.
Mhm.
Have you heard any indication that your funding would be in any kind of trouble?
No, we have not heard anything about rescinding our
Good.
3.5 from the federal government. No, we haven't.
What's been the biggest challenge so far to getting it done? Because you've been working on this for a couple of years now.
Well, look, I mean, it all started with the idea years ago. It took 5 years to get through the Historical District Commission,
Right.
um, which is fine. I mean, they have a job to do. I get it. It's a historical building. Our commitment was to salvage all of the art that's salvageable in the building, which we've committed to. We've hired a conservator. So we're good on that. We got the progress from the Historical District Commission. And then for a couple of years, we've been raising funds. But the tough part is coming out of a pandemic. Everyone's like kind of holding back a little bit. And that was a tough situation for us to come out of. So now we start pick up some momentum and we're going through some other financial issues, but it seems to be kind of correcting itself right now, the stock market and those things. So the real key to this is a momentum piece. If we land the 10 million or close to it from the state of Michigan, that is momentum. That will then send a message to many people who are sitting back telling us they'll let us know, they'll let us know. I think all of a sudden that will open up and make things, I hate to say easier, but maybe more successful.
Yeah. So while you're doing all that, you still
Yeah,
got a job to do, right? Events to put
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
That next big one's the fireworks.
Right, right.
What can you tell us? Anything new on that? Anything
Yeah,
exciting
yeah.
events in?
Yeah, we're so lucky to have Ford Motor Company and all of our other sponsors. We really are. So June 23rd, the Ford fireworks hit the river. It's going to try, I say this every year, but I mean it, and I think we prove it. It's truly going to be the biggest show we've ever done. We've jammed more fireworks into a 24-minute show than you can ever put in. It's going to be quite the night in Detroit. And again, we're just so lucky. Ford Motor Company, Ford Philanthropy, Mary Culler, president of Ford Family. They're great supporters, and they do so much in the city, so much in the state, so much in the country, the world. And here we are, so fortunate to have them along with our other sponsors, for the Ford fireworks. We work with Zambelli. Um, I'm a crazy man. I do the music and then work with Patrick Burrow, the choreographer with Zambelli. And I think everyone's going to enjoy it, and we urge people to come down, take it in. It's going to be quite a show. And if you can't, watch it on our partner station, WDIV. They do an amazing job.
Yeah, they do. Um, you mentioned, with the city of Detroit, you guys have always had a great relationship with the city,
Yeah.
but things are going to change next year with Mayor Duggan running for governor. You're going to get a new administration. Is
Mhm.
that going to affect anything? How's that going to impact your relationship with the city?
With all that we do for the people and work with the city and the Detroit Police Department is amazing. Nothing's changing in my mind at all. I mean, we're just going to keep doing what we do, and because we do good, and I don't anticipate anything to change in our lives because our goal is to keep bringing great things to people. And if you think about it, some of the things that we do, I mean, some of this entertainment, the parade, the celebrities, some of the kids who come and with their families, this is it. This is that big moment, of the year. And I can't imagine anything changing in our world other than people saying, keep making it bigger, keep making it better.
Yeah. Mayor Duggan has been pretty supportive of you. I
Mhm.
assume you expect that would continue regardless of who gets in there.
Mayor Duggan's been incredible. He really has. And yeah, we're all going to miss him. I mean, what he's done in the city of Detroit is incredible, incredible. But he's moving on, running for governor, and we're going to have a new mayor. And I think that they're very smart people and that they understand, the good things that happen in the city can only get better. And I think that that's a great attitude. I really think so. So we've got a great attitude, and but I'll tell you, Mayor Duggan, he's fantastic, just fantastic what he's done.
Um, I had a lot of fun last year covering the parade as a one of the media partners. I know you start working on this year's parade the day after last year's parade.
True,
How is that going?
true.
It'll be here. The Thanksgiving parade will be here before you. I mean, you blink and it'll be here. How's that going? What's going on with that?
Well, one of the funniest things is my friends always say, "Hey, do you work like 4 days a year?" I go, "No, it's a few more than that." We literally start the following week, and January, February, March, make sure all of the deals are getting done because all the floats are 3-year contracts.
Right.
So when a contract is up, it has to be renewed, which we did most of them last year for beginning in 25. Then the design work comes in and working with the teams at the various companies on listening to what they have to say, understanding the messaging, and then we go back to them with a design, which they either love, hate, or we change. When that process is done, we're off and building. So right now, we've got 8 new floats, which is a massive undertaking. We've got 3 designs done. In 2 to 3 weeks, we hope to be beginning the build process of those 3 while we finalize the art on the other 5 or 6. So it never stops. The parade never stops. All of the decisions on what's in, what's out, working with WDIV, working with the radio stations, working with our sponsors. I don't know if people really know this, but Thanksgiving morning alone, we line up 80 different interviews for our sponsors. So we also have this network that we feel that we need to make happen for sponsors, that they're getting great visibility, not just when the float comes down Woodward. And of course, it's talked about live on the air and the companies are talked about live. But what else can we do? Take Gardner White as an example. Gardner White's our presenting sponsor through 2031. It's incredible. Rachel Stewart, her family, her mother and father are committed. But we have to make sure that every one of our sponsors, like Rachel, like all of the others, get so many interviews. Rocket, Look what Rocket does for us in the downtown region there, and they're a huge sponsor of ours. Dan Gilbert and his team. We can't thank enough. There's so many, and I start naming them, and then I get in trouble. But we can't do this alone. And these sponsors, and they're really partners. They really are. Very rarely does a sponsor leave the parade company, because we just keep doing good. And it's all about people shoulder to shoulder, no matter race, religion, no matter who you are. You come together that morning. You come together the evening for the Ford fireworks. You run in the S3 Turkey Trot, 15,000 runners strong on Thanksgiving morning. You come to Hobnobble Gobble, presented by Ford, to support us. It's just what we do, and we're very fortunate.
Yeah. We've talked about this before, but it's worth talking about again, the relationship and the importance and the impact the parade company has with and on Detroit. How talk about the meaning of that relationship?
Well, it means the world to us, because we know that we have to deliver. These events are free. These are the moments that people look forward to. Our job, and I'm telling you, we literally say in our meetings that we are owned by the people of Detroit, that they look forward to these things so much, and the region and the state. They look forward to these things so much. It's our job to deliver and to keep making things better. So I'm not much on lessons learned, after the parade and everything. Sure, we cover whatever bad happened, if there was any bad, and we figure out how to fix it. But the momentum that I try to inject in our team is, how do you do it better? How do you do it better? You look at the people who've made a commitment to this city. Dan Gilbert, way back, Peter Carmanos with the CompuWare building, Christopher Illich, his family, Mike and Marion, and what they have done is incredible. It's our job to bring great things to the city, and we take it very, very seriously.
Yeah. You do a lot of events, and you just mentioned that they're all free,
Yeah,
but they are not cost free.
no.
So I think people don't understand maybe what it takes to fund. Talk about what your budget is and how you fill it.
Well, look, we do not get endowments and grants. That's not how we live. We live on our sponsorships. That's why I stressed so much earlier in this conversation about us stepping up and doing a better job on an ongoing basis. Um, yeah, these are costly. There's no question. We have two fundraisers, one connected each to the Ford fireworks and the parade. Hobnobble Gobble, presented by Ford at Ford Field, is the black tie for kids from 1 to 95. That's a large fundraiser of ours. That money goes in a pot along with the sponsor money. Then at the Ford Fireworks, we do the rooftop party for 2,500 guests. We charge. It's an amazing summer bash right where the fireworks are broadcast on DIV. There's a few tickets available, not many, but it sells out very fast. That is quite a sight. So it's that money along with the sponsorship money that gets us to where we need to be. We operate on our revenues are just between $8 and $9 million a year. Our expenses are between 6.5 and 7.2 million a year. I can tell you this, when I came along, I was on the board before I took over as CEO 15 years ago. We spend $2 million more today on an annual basis, more than we did 15 years ago, because we had to improve everything. So back then, when the parade company really had no money, had zero budget, those were tough times. And we just simply said, let's make everything great. Money will follow. And the idea was to take the money and keep putting it in the bank, so that the events that the parade company does, if there's ever a big problem, they'll never go away for the people. That was the goal. And we've gotten to a very good point right now. We really have.
Yeah. You mentioned you were on the board before you got this job.
Mhm.
I know we've talked before. it's not so much that you had to be convinced to take the job, but there was some thought process, conversation with the family and everything. This far down the road, are you glad you did it?
Yeah, I am glad I did it. I think way back, and my one son was in Connecticut. He was at University of Connecticut, and then he went on to Michigan Law, and we were talking, and I remember he said, he goes, "You can help make a difference in this comeback of our city." That's what he said, and my other kids agreed, and my wife said, "Just do it." And I'm really glad. And it's not about me; it's the team at the parade company. They understood when I talk to them about how we can do this by making things great. So you look back now, and we never rest on our laurels. Are we ever there? Never. Are we ever great? We say no. We've got to get even better. So just being able to work with this team, we have the greatest board in the world. The sponsors are incredible. It's really fulfilling. I have to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
It really
You
is.
you talk about the team a lot. We've talked about this before, about what a great team you have. But you
Yeah.
also told me the last time we talked that you had to convince them to come along with you on the journey, and and buy into what you guys wanted to get done as a collective. I assume because of the success all these events have, you were able to accomplish that. How'd you do it?
I simply said, and it didn't take some of them very long at all. Others took a little bit longer. A couple people, left along the way, which is great. Great people. They were looking for a bigger companies. They found it. It was simply, if you understand the word great, if you really understand it and forget the money, we'll make that happen. That follows. That's how I did it. And all of a sudden, these amazing people like Jessica Kaminskis, who's now our chief operating officer.
Hmm.
She'd been there for years, started as an intern. She was thirsty for the word great. They didn't have the resources to make things great. So I come along saying, I don't care about the resources. Let's just go and make it great. Let's take floats from 35 feet to 120 feet. Let's change the banners. Let's not let people march in the parade in blue jeans and hoodies. Let's make this a professional company in every aspect. We changed over 5,000 different things at the company. And I am telling you, it's substantial, substantial. And what happened was, and you ask about, how did I do that with them? They're the ones who all of a sudden got it and understood it and started then coming to me saying, this isn't good enough. So that's the culture that we embedded into this organization. Do we have all the assets in the world? No, we don't. We work with what we have, and we work very hard. But again, if it's not for people like Rachel Stewart, Dan Gilbert, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Tricia Keith, DTE, Huntington Bank, all of these people believing in what we do, we can't do what we do. So we're very fair and we over deliver because they over deliver for our city.
Yeah, it sounds like the changing the culture thing you talked about is sort of like the movie Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. You
We've
built a
said
new
that a
culture.
thousand times. We've
Yeah.
said it a thousand times. That's exactly it. We had to show. The first thing, the building itself was a pigsty. The studio, I don't know how they were building things. I don't know how. So we said, let's clean this place up. Because if we're going to invite people in, people that I knew very well, because I was on the board with them, running companies and so on. If we're going to invite them in and show them the new parade company, this place better clean up and look better. Now, it's awfully difficult to make that place look good. Okay, we painted it, cleaned it up. We still have rain pouring in. We've tried to bag it from the inside. It's not good. It's not a great place, but we made it presentable,
Right.
and that sent a message that we're serious about what we're doing.
Yeah. All right, sir. Hey, that's what I needed. I know you got to scoot. I really appreciate it. Have a good day, and we'll talk to you soon.